Alright guys, well, we've made it to the masquerade, so let's dance with our boy. Well, actually no, we don't dance with him. He feeds us, which is even better. So let's eat with our boy instead. Let's eat, eat, eat. At the corner of town, an appetizing fragrance caught my attention. Speaking of which, I hadn't eaten anything all day.
Whoa! Watch out!
Huh? A man carrying food with both hands came plowing toward me. I dodged him at the last minute right before we crashed. The man also managed to stop without falling over. Phew. Forgot how purple he is. Looks great.
Phew. Sorry about that. I lost my balance. I don't usually wear this, so I'm having trouble seeing.
Even with his mask on, I could tell it was Levi. And on that realization, I yelled at him the way I usually did. Then calm down before you get yourself hurt. What would you have done if we crashed into each other? Right after yelling, I instantly regretted it. I wasn't Jed now, I was dressed as a woman. Because of the mask, I couldn't see his face, but I could tell he was surprised, especially when some stranger just yelled at him. I'm sorry,
You're amazing. It's the first time another woman's yelled at me besides Mother.
Thank goodness, he wasn't angry. And it appeared that I'd become the only woman besides Francisca that has yelled at Levi.
Hey, if you'd like, let's eat this together.
The way to Levi's heart is just to yell at him.
I bought too much, and I can't finish it all by myself.
Huh? But...
Don't be shy. Oh, there's some space over there.
Without waiting for my response, he walked on over. I supposed I had to follow him. There were tables set up sandwiched between the shop stalls. We sat down at one of them, and Levi started to put down the food. It's our second food date together.
Now, let's eat. This one especially looks good.
True. There was grilled sausage, bread, even soup and desserts. I was impressed at how he didn't drop any of it. There wasn't anything particularly special about them, but they were all freshly made and gave off an appetizing aroma. They looked so good. Then maybe only a little. I would be more reserved under normal circumstances, but I couldn't help myself seeing all that delicious food. The steamy lard and the plump sausage jumped into my mouth. This was really delicious. He's like, oh my goodness, girl can pack it away. I took a bite out of another dish. This was a cream soup made with grated beans. This one was good too. Oh, crunchy. There was this, and that. Which one hadn't I tried yet?
You're a big eater, aren't you?
I almost choked on a piece of meat. Sorry. I was really hungry.
Don't worry about it. It feels nice watching you eat.
I felt embarrassed knowing he was watching me. But why did Levi buy so much food in the first place? Oh, were you going to eat with someone else?
Ah, I was thinking of eating with Jed if he was around. Oh, Jed is like my baby brother.
Ah. So it was me, after all. But I couldn't say that, so I just nodded.
He's awesome. The festival's a success thanks to him, pretty much. So I thought it would be nice to treat him for once.
Then maybe I shouldn't be eating this.
Don't worry about it. I'll just buy some more when I find him. Oh.
He suddenly laughed while pointing at my face. Huh? Did he find out I was Jed? I'm not...
Look at what's happening around your mouth. It's all sticky.
Huh? What? Oh no, I was too focused on eating. Out of habit, I went to wipe my mouth with my sleeve.
Hey! You'll ruin your dress.
Oh, right. I was in a dress right now. What should I do? I needed something to wipe myself off with.
Oh, jeez. Here, don't move.
So intimate. I love it. Girl's like, you're not taking any of my food though, right? I'm eating the sandwich. Don't take it away from me. He leaned over and wiped my mouth. I appreciated the gesture, but this made me feel like a small child. Feeling embarrassed was an understatement.
You're beautiful.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Well, I just thought it right now.
You can't see my face through the mask.
True, but I can tell. You kind of remind me of a younger friend of mine. It just feels good having you around.
That means he's attracted to you, if he feels good around you. My face was burning up. This was bad. If I stayed any longer, I would die of embarrassment. Thank you. And for the food, too.
Are you going? Do you have someone you want to dance with?
No. I just want to look around the festival some more.
I see. Let's grab a meal together if we ever meet again.
I bowed and quickly walked away. This is our relationship. We just go out for meals. Which I'm a fan of. If he found out it was me he met today, he'd never stop teasing me about it. He also would never stop asking you out for meals. Alright, well, I will skip ahead again then, guys, since we've seen this other stuff before, and I'll bring you in later. Okay, the fire has happened. Plans are in motion to kill Olgar. Hugh has saved us from Lugus, and it's time to reveal that Jed's a woman yet again. So I thought, let's do this one more time, and we'll go a little longer because Levi escorts us out of here, so yeah. That's my reasoning. That's why we're doing it again. Someone was yelling, and then I heard running through the grass. Levi? And Levon, why are you here?
That's what I want to know. You were late, so I went to go look for you. And here you are.
Who's that? Why are you two making out?
Huh? I just realized that after he pointed it out, he was practically hugging me. Shove. His face every time she shoves him is so funny. I quickly pushed him aside. No! You have it all wrong!
Yes, you do. Besides, we're not both guys.
Huh? The hell are you? Oh.
Hey, Jed!
Hugh! What are you?
No point in hiding it, especially if they've seen that.
That? Hugh pointed at my chest. Levon and Levi both looked as well. I slowly glanced downward. Ugh! My shirt had been cut sideways, exposing my chest. When did this happen? It must have been when I dodged Lugus's sword. It hurt for me to admit it, but I wasn't well endowed at all. But even so, the anatomy of my chest was different from that of a man's. If they saw it, they'd instantly...
At least try to hide it.
Yeah, but...
Use this.
Thanks. Levon practically tore off his coat to give to me. I got the feeling he was trying to change the subject. Levi was still frozen up. It made sense. If anyone saw this, they'd react the same way.
Did you do this?
Levon turned to Hugh with a threatening look. Hugh didn't deny or agree. He just smiled as if he was enjoying the situation. No! Hugh helped me.
Helped you?
I don't get what's going on.
Anyway, he saved my life. My voice was weak. I felt so pitiful. I was so riled up to defeat the Hawks, but the way I looked at that moment...
I see. Then let me thank you for saving her.
You're welcome.
But I'd like for you to leave without further discussion.
Yes. I have no intention of sticking around either. Now then.
Hugh came up to me. For some reason, I flinched. I covered my chest with Levon's coat. I couldn't believe I was doing such feminine gestures in the first place. Ignoring my nervous movements, Hugh put his mouth to my ear.
I'll come see you again.
That smooch. Every time. He lightly kissed my cheek before leaving. I'll catch you later, Hugh. I watched Hugh as he left. My line of sight remained there, despite him being long gone. No one said anything. I didn't have the courage to look at the two of them. What should I do? I was so angry at them both prior to leaving the tower. There were so many things I wanted to say to them, but they all vanished. They found out I'm a woman. They found out the secret I had been hiding from them for over 10 years. What should I do? Should I apologize? How should I? I couldn't find the right words.
Jed, you go back to the tower.
Huh? Oh, yeah. I made an awkward sound with the silence suddenly broken.
Levi, walk her back.
Me? What about you, Levon?
I'll go back on my own.
Wait! I hurriedly tried to stop Levon from leaving. I need to say something. I kept it from you that I was a woman.
I knew.
Huh? He knew? Since when? I couldn't bring myself to ask that. Levon didn't say anything else. With a bitter look, he walked away. Poor Levi, on the other hand. Levi?
It's nothing. Shall we go?
Okay. Levi and I walked in the opposite direction from Levon. We stayed quiet, looking down at the ground as we walked through the forest. Our heavy footsteps pounding through the snow felt loud to my ears. Sorry, Levi. I finally managed to speak up. A part of me must have thought that Levi would be easier to apologize to.
For what?
There was only one thing I would apologize for, but the way he responded so casually was very much Levi. That was very reassuring at that moment. For never telling you that I was a woman.
I don't care. I'm sure you had your own reasons. But you did surprise me.
Huh? Oh. He responded so nonchalantly. I wonder if he was serious about that. I always had trouble telling whether Levi was joking or not.
I'm actually glad you're a woman.
Oh? I wondered whether that was a joke too. Oh no, don't you start, Jed. Should I respond to that? Or should I just leave that alone? We'll circle back.
Oh, but can I ask you why you were pretending to be a guy?
Francisca told me to. She said I couldn't tell anyone that I was a woman.
Mother, huh? Then you had to.
Huh? That was enough to convince him? Just because Francisca said so?
If Mother chose it, then orders must be followed. I won't ask for any other reason.
Something felt off about his answer. Was Levi always this blindly trusting of Francisca?
Oh, but that means you didn't tell Levon either.
Yeah, but he said he knew. That's what he said. I really couldn't tell. Levon never showed any signs of him knowing.
Then he may have heard about it from Mother.
Really?
That means they don't trust me.
Oh, I don't think that's true. What an awkward exchange of words. I felt like I made a grave mistake in my replies somewhere. Levi's expression was gloomy, and his eyes seemed clouded. Ah, the cloudy eyes again. That's interesting. So that's another connection about the eyes clouding, and then it activates something in their gems, which then activates the gem in her eye as well. How interesting. Cloudy eyes. There was something strange going on. I felt the flicker of a flame inside my eye. Levi?
Let's hurry. I need to go back before it gets any later.
Yeah. I don't remember what we talked about, or where we walked, or how we parted ways. I really didn't remember. Did Levi smile when he left? Or was he... The one thing I know for certain was that it caused a slight rift in Levon and Levi's relationship. It was because of my lie. It was there. It was just the straw that broke the camel's back, girl. Okay, so that's happened. I think I'll fast forward again a little bitty, and then I'll bring you guys in once again later. Okay, this isn't too much further, actually. It's a flashback to her talking to Levon about, well, both of the brothers about the rift between them. But since we have a flashback with Levi in a little bit, and this is all very central to Levi's struggle, I guess is the word I'm looking for, I thought I should include it. By the way, where's Levi?
Beats me.
What do you mean, beats me?
He hasn't shown himself to me since then. It's like he's avoiding me. Jeez. He's still a kid in so many ways.
Since then? You mean...
It's not your fault. You should just go home. Those murders are still going on. Just focus on your own safety right now. Understand?
Okay, so the murders are still going on. How interesting. He didn't seem like he wanted to talk. It looks like he's not getting along with Levi, too.
Jed.
Whoa!
Hey! Don't raise your voice!
You surprised me, coming up from behind.
Hey, what are you doing anyway? You sure you should be walking around?
Levon said the same thing to me.
Oh, you were here to see Levon.
Not just Levon. You too, Levi. About killing Olgar. I want to...
Just do what you want.
What? Really?
Yeah, I don't care anymore. So do what you want.
Well, that sounds pretty slipshod.
Levon was originally the only one that opposed it. I thought that was out of the ordinary, so I just followed his lead.
So, Levon...
Looking back, Levon probably opposed it because he knew you were a woman. And he never explained any of that to me. I'm going now. You take care.
Levi. About Levon,
Stop talking about him. See you later.
Yeah, Levi doesn't want to hear about his brother right now. If it's all the same to you. Oh, poor Levi. I feel so bad for him. Okay, now I'll skip ahead a bit more. Hopefully a little more time will have passed this actual time around when I'm skipping. Okay, really not a lot skipping again. My mind is broken as far as remembering the time stream of things happening, but it's fine. We're getting there. Anyway, it's time for the other reveal, which is her being a witch. So we're gonna do this again, and probably going to just go straight through until the interlude, actually. So, yeah, that's my plan.
I brought them.
Thank you, Elric. I'm sorry I made you do this.
Seriously, you're driving me like a slave.
I know, man, I know. He mumbled a complaint, and I saw two people from behind Elric entering the church. Elric quickly went into the back room, leaving the three of us. This is awkward, but I have to do it. I called them here to remedy our broken relationship. I couldn't stay quiet the whole time. Sorry for calling you all the way here.
Seriously, we don't exactly have a lot of free time.
I don't mind. I was just wandering around, unlike Levon.
So, for today. I wanted to properly apologize to you two for keeping a secret.
I don't care.
Of course you don't. You already knew.
Cut the crap, Levi.
There was still discord between them. Levi was being irritated while Levon seemed sullen. I didn't exactly have a plan before calling them over. I just needed to say something. I look around the church trying to find something. The light from the stained glass window caught my eye. That light caused a hidden memory to be revived inside of me. Do you two remember when we were small? We had a little adventure to the tower. Me, Levon, and Levi.
Adventure? Did we? I guess we did do something like that.
I do have a vague memory of it. I thought there was one more person.
Levi, you suggested it, and then Levon and I tagged along.
He's always been stubborn ever since we were kids.
I'm starting to remember more. Yeah, we did. We did go.
Is it all right to come this far?
It's fine. We're on an adventure.
Don't blame me if Mother scolds you for this.
You can go home if you're afraid.
I'm not afraid. Don't make fun of me. Besides, witches don't exist. You said you wanted to go look, so I'm just watching over you.
What? Yeah, they do exist. They come out in fairy tales all the time.
Fairy tales are all lies.
No, they aren't. They do exist.
Come on, stop fighting!
Whoa! Don't shout at me all of a sudden.
What's going on? Did you find something?
I think I saw something shining over there.
Huh? Where? Let's take a look.
Hey, don't! It's dangerous if you go alone.
You're a scaredy cat too.
Did you just hear a voice?
Like a person's?
I don't know. It sounded like a woman laughing.
A woman? Could it be?
They say there's a witch that lives in the forest.
Oh! Even while we talked, the memories of our childhood were revived in my head. The memory of my childhood when I didn't have any responsibility or a care in the world.
It's true that Levon was real afraid of it.
Yup. I can't believe it, knowing how Levon is now.
I wasn't afraid. I just didn't want to cause Mother any worry. If you remember, we were scolded harshly that day.
Ah. I think I remember. We all went home crying. Why were we crying again?
Every time that line happens and the music stops, I'm like, there's a piece of the memory that has not been unlocked yet. And I'm like, what happened after that? Well. I pointed at the stained glass window and the two looked up. We found a pretty sculpture that looked like that. And... Huh? I've seen that sculpture recently. I couldn't remember the exact shape, but I just had a feeling.
And then we heard some strange voice.
Yeah, that's right. And then we got scared.
Ah, right! It was the witch's voice! One of us yelled that it was the forest witch.
You said it.
What? No way, it wasn't me.
But it was indeed strange. That experience struck such fear in us, but we didn't remember until now.
Oh, that was right. This could have been one of the reasons why I couldn't reveal my secret. If I told them, they might have feared me like that time back then. That was why I ran away. That's right. You both cried at the witch's voice because you were afraid.
Levon was the one that was afraid, and I... Hey, Jed.
It's just a fairy tale. Why be so serious about it?
I should reveal the other secret I've been hiding from them. But I was still scared. Will they accept me like Francisca did? Or would they completely reject me? But there was one thing for certain. Keeping things in secret hurt them both. I needed to be honest and keep things open, even if it would hurt me. If that did happen, I deserved it. There's one more thing I haven't told you two. I wondered if I could do it well. I'd never done this intentionally, but I knew this feeling more than anyone. I heightened my emotions to focus a burning heat into my right eye.
Jed! You...
That I?
Both of them cried out in surprise. They looked at my eye, dyed in a crimson red. Anyone who lived in this town knew when they saw the witch's eye. This is the other secret. I'm a witch. A long, long silence. I wonder what their next words might be. I was afraid. As the silence continues, the fear remained. I wanted them to say something. I want them to put an end to my fear.
So that's how it is. I knew it.
Levon was the first to speak, but his words were much different than the ones I had anticipated. What do you mean, you knew it?
Don't tell me you knew this, too.
I didn't. But considering how you faked your gender, it wasn't too far a stretch. I simply assumed that you had a really good reason as to why you went to such lengths to keep things secret. But after thinking a while, I concluded that it was impossible.
Damn, that's confusing.
I'm sure Mother knew, right?
Yes. Only Francisca. With her advice, I was able to dress as a man and move out a few years ago.
I see. It all makes sense now.
Levon accepted me. He didn't reprimand or antagonize me. But Levi...
Don't go being convinced about it all. I'm not so sure yet. Hey, Jed.
What?
You're a witch.
Yes.
Since when?
Maybe from birth? At the very least, I've been this way as long as I could remember.
I see. Then, can you destroy all of the hawks?
Huh?
You're a witch, aren't you? The one that brings disaster to the town.
I can't. I don't have the power. My eye turns red when my emotions heighten. That's it.
Then you're not a witch.
Huh? But...
The witch is feared because she brings disaster. If you can't do that, you're no witch.
Levi...
You need to learn how to be more direct.
Shut up! You're the last one I want to hear that from.
Thank you. I don't know if it was out of joy or relief, or perhaps it was quelled by my oncoming tears. The heat in my right eye quickly extinguished.
It's nothing to thank us about. I'm the one who should be sorry for keeping my silence about you.
No, it's all right. When did you find out, Levon?
I don't quite remember. I wonder when it was. You work so hard to hide that you're a woman, yet you still try to live a happy life. That inspired me to do better. To do my very best.
I see. Levon was always more calm and composed than me, so I never saw him that way. It was genuinely surprising, and it made me happy to know that. He's always accepted me for who I am since we were young.
You kept it a secret from me, too.
I had to. She and Mother both kept it a secret. It's not something for me to blabber on about.
Mother. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm sorry too. I was just letting myself sulk about it.
No, I understand why you were mad, Levi.
No. Everyone has a secret or two they can't tell others. I know that better than anyone.
You have a secret too?
Then let's hear it.
I can't tell you!
The smiles returned. Our original relationship was back, but we're gonna find out his secret soon anyway. We grew up as brothers. Even when they found out I was a woman, that hasn't changed.
Oh, by the way, Jed, since you're a woman... That means I can hit on you now, right?
Wait, no, I guess something did change. Changed. I hoped that was just a bad joke. He's just following his brother's advice to be direct.
Don't say stuff that'll bother her. Seriously, you're always so...
What? What's wrong with that? Or are you the one that won't like it? Levon, do you...
I said stop it.
Yeah, fine. Now that we've got that straightened out, I'm suddenly getting hungry. Let's grab something to eat.
Where can we go? What do you think will happen if the three of us go anywhere? We'll get surrounded by the hawks immediately.
Then how about just going back to our hideout?
There's practically no food there. We only have some bread to last a while.
Seriously? What the hell do we do then?
Beats me. You're the one that wanted to go somewhere.
How about coming to the tower? It's a bit of a walk, but I can make you something.
Huh?
Why are you so surprised?
Sorry. It was just so sudden for you to make that suggestion.
I haven't had your cooking in a while. Wasn't the last time you cooked with Mother?
I was amazed at how proper cooking could be made despite Mother's involvement.
The two of them might have been saying something really rude, but I knew how they felt. I don't have many ingredients there, but let me whip up something good to eat. I'm sure you're going to like it.
Oh, sounds good to me.
I'm looking forward to it.
I felt pressure that they were setting the bar higher, but I was sure they wouldn't complain even if I messed up. It had been a while since I cooked for anyone besides Ashen. This was starting to get fun. Yep, oodles of fun incoming. Just you wait. Oh, the roots are sticking out from under the snow over there, so be careful. I guided them through the forest path that I trekked through all the time. The fog wasn't so thick now. We could almost see the tower up ahead. The other two followed behind me. Because they were constantly training, they managed this small journey without any difficulty.
I wasn't able to pay much attention before, but...
It's pretty harsh out here. I don't think I can ever live like this.
I don't think it's all that hard. It's pretty vast, and the air is cleaner in the forest.
But isn't it cold?
You get used to it.
What do you do about bathing?
It's hard to gather water, so I get by.
Is it alright for a woman your age to be that way?
I'm not staying filthy or anything. I've never found life here to be inconvenient.
I can't deal with it if there's no bath.
We talked as we went through the forest toward the tower. The walk was so long when I was alone, but it felt so fast when going in a group. I always thought the snow was cold and annoying, but it felt like it was falling so gently today. Of course, I know it was just a matter of my own perception. Come on in.
Thank you. You leave the tower with the fire still burning.
Huh?
The stove is on. That's dangerous.
Oh, that's because...
Jed, did you just return?
I heard talking inside. Oh, he's here today. I hadn't seen him in a while, so I assumed he wouldn't be back. He's never here when I want him to be. I started to get irritated. Oh, I brought gas. There's no problem with that, right?
Guess? There aren't exactly no problems with it, mind you. This is the dwelling of a phantom. It loses its luster when it gets noisy.
I've lived here for years, and I've never seen a ghost. Oh no, I better explain to the two of them about Ashen. I was sick of keeping secrets, so I had to explain it properly so they didn't misunderstand. Just living with this suspicious-looking man would give rise to a lot of misunderstandings. Let me introduce you. His name is Ashen. I turned around toward them, but I stopped myself when I saw their faces. They were really surprised. It was like they'd just seen a ghost. The brightness in Levi's face earlier had completely vanished and he was becoming more and more pale. Levon, on the other hand, looked threatening with eyes filled with anger. Ashen is looking at them with the opposite expression. What's the matter, you two?
Jed, who are these two?
Seeing the two of them brought a tremor to Ashen voice. He was always joking around, so I'd never heard his voice like this. Ashen, you too? What's going on? Do you guys know each other? I didn't know what's going on, so I could only say the first thing that came to mind. The three of them all continued looking at each other.
Phantom!
Levi? Levi mumbled something? A phantom? What? Was I the only one that doesn't understand the situation? Levi? And he's gone. He ran outside the tower into the foggy darkness and disappeared in the blink of an eye. What should I do? Should I go after him? But... Ashen and Levon continued glaring at each other. Levi was obviously acting strange. After thinking for a moment, I decided to go after Levi. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall to see what happened between those two after I left. I couldn't see where he'd gone, but thankfully the winds were quiet tonight. I followed the sounds of the footsteps I heard as I tried to chase after Levi. Levi! Wait!
Get away! Get away! Don't!
I could hear his footsteps. The sound began to soften as he moved farther away. I felt that I needed to catch him quickly or else I'd never see him again. That was how strange I thought Levi was acting. What's going on? Levi ran down an animal trail that I didn't normally use. He ran through the forest, weaving left and right on the narrow path. Ugh! I didn't notice it in the darkness because I wasn't familiar with this path. I was running at full speed and a dried branch pierced my arm. Ow! I could feel myself bleeding. It must have gone in really deep. But that wasn't enough to stop me. I needed to find Levi. Suddenly, the footsteps I had been following stopped. I only heard the murmurs of the stream. That's right. There's a river over here. Levi! Could he have fallen into it? My worry started to grow. The river sounds grew louder. At the edge of the forest, it came into view. It seems that my worries were for nothing. The river seemed to carry away the fog. Thanks to that, I could see Levi huddled over next to the river. Levi, I'm so glad I found you. I felt relieved as I slowly approached Levi. Was he shaking? He held his head between his knees like a small child. Levi. Levi twitched at my call. He doesn't really respond to me. He just cried and groaned. What was I supposed to say to him? Let's go back. No, that wasn't it. It's all right. That wasn't it either. I didn't know the circumstances, so I didn't know what to say. For now, the top priority was to calm him down. I walked in front of him and called his name again. Levi. He looked up slightly. I saw my reflection in his eyes as I reached out to him.
Blood!
Huh? I remembered after he said it. My sleeve was bright red. It didn't hurt much, but I was surprised at how much I was bleeding. I'm fine. It doesn't hurt as bad as it looks.
Blood. The blood! Don't look at me! Don't look at me!
A beastly roar. At the same time, Levi jumped up and tackled me. I saw something gleaming in his right hand as he raised it to the sky. Ah! I jumped back out of reflex. I couldn't dodge it. I then felt a burning sensation in my shoulder. Red flower petals danced in front of my eyes. What was this? It's my blood. This is still such a good reveal. Like, I just wasn't expecting it to be Levi. Oh, man. Everything appeared to move in slow motion, as if time was beginning to freeze. He slashed me. Levi? Why? I didn't know. Levi was holding a hawk feather? No, it was a knife that was made to look like one. I had seen it before. Yes, it was the same one at the murder scene. It was from the serial murders that the townspeople were talking about. The Black Shadow. Why was Levi? I didn't know. I could tell my mind was blanking out. At the same time, I lost the sense of what was up or down. I was falling. My body was falling. A large, watery splash. I felt myself being enveloped in bitter coldness. My body heat was sucked out of me instantly. And then my vision went black.